悟空さん、やっぱりグロリオさんは何か隠していますね。
And it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough.
Alright guys, welcome to the channel. So episode 5 starts out where episode 4 left off. And there was this mystery character Goku ends up saving from the military police. Goku, Glorio, the Supreme Kai, all are talking now to this mystery character. Now she basically is asking Goku how he was able to do what he did, take out all those guys. And Goku responds with, hey, look, you know, it's because of the training. And then she asks training, and she's like, and Goku's like, yeah, training is training. So she continues to question Goku like, hey, you know, where are you from? You know, you don't look like you're from the demon realm. Your ears are round. And that's when Goku says, I'm a Saiyan. And then Glorio jumps in to kind of save Goku, basically saying, hey, he's from the second demon world. Glorio suggests, hey, let's go, let's leave her. And then she's like, nah, where are you guys going? And then Goku's like, oh, we're going to the castle. The Supreme Kai jumps in, basically tell Goku, you know, hey, look, you know, don't say too much. But Goku being Goku, he doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. That's when she interjects and says, hey, look, you know, I know where the castle is. Glorio insists on not having her come with them. All right, so in this scene right here, we see that the military police have been beat up. They're pretty much either knocked out or they're picking themselves up. So if you pay attention, you'll notice that they keep mentioning a collar because the collar in itself is what they use to enslave these people that are in the village. Okay, so now the guards are trying to look for Goku. So they're thinking about what his descriptions are. They point out his hair and they say, hey, can we track him using the collar? And that's when another military police say, hey, look, we don't even know if he had one on his neck. So clearly they don't know that Goku isn't from where they're from, and they're trying to figure out how they can go about and find him. So now it's been revealed that the mystery character's name is Pansy. Her age is a lot older than what you expect. When you go back and you look at these characters, it kind of reminds me of the Supreme Kai of Time. She looks like a kid, but she's really old. Because of the demon realm, they live a lot longer than like humans do or Saiyans do. They live upwards between 1,000 years from what they're saying. Okay, so Pansy asks Goku, hey, what type of magic abilities do you have? And Goku pans over like, huh? Like magic? And then all of a sudden he sticks his tongue out and tries to touch his nose. So of course, Goku being a dork. Now, Pansy reveals that she has a limited amount of magic abilities. Basically, she's not really the best at magic. She goes and she shows Goku that she could pick up a rock, a little tiny pebble, but that's basically the most of her capabilities that she has right now. It's revealed here that Pansy was actually more of a person that, like a Bulma, she can tinker with machines and stuff. So that would explain why she isn't really good with magic, because when you notice that she tries to pick up a tiny pebble, she's sitting there sweating for her life like she's about to fall out. So they come to a path and Glorio wants to take this other way, but Pansy insists, hey, look, cutting through the rocks will be a lot faster. And you can tell Glorio's face, he doesn't like anybody basically telling him what to do. They're making their way down. You see all these different sceneries and, you know, places that they have to go through before they can get to this castle. And they're trying to go talk to the king there, King Kadan. Okay, so Goku looks at the castle. He's not really impressed as soon as they get there. And that's when Pansy's like, look, that's rude for the third demon world. It's a pretty impressive castle. So it kind of hurts her. Shin asked, hey, what is the king like? And that's when Glorio says, think of him as a uncivilized mafia boss. Pansy says, hey, look, he's not a bad guy. He only steals from criminals and he only kills bad people. So take that as you will. Okay, so the next scene, it pans over to where they're at Gomah's castle. And we see this lady, I'm guessing it's a lady, I don't know. But she's reading from a book, and you can see Dende in his little cradle. Now, she's reading him a bedtime story. Gomah walks in, and he hears the lady reading, and he's like, You call that reading? Use more emotion and make it fun. And she's like, King Gomah. Like she's kind of shocked in a way that he popped up. Then he says, hey, he's an important Namekian who eventually is going to make new Dragon Balls for us. So I'm guessing their plan, or at least Gomah's plan, is to keep Dende to make new Dragon Balls when he gets older. Okay, so after they get to what looks like the beginning of the castle, Goku, Glorio, Pansy, and Shin, they get up to the entrance. There's these guards, and they say, hey, what do you want? You know, basically trying to interrogate them. Gloria says, hey, look, I've already had business. You know, I was here yesterday. I talked to King Kadan. I'm here to see him. Now, the guard says, well, who are these brats? Pansy jumps in front of Glorio and say, who's a brat? And then it's revealed that Pansy is actually the princess of this kingdom here. The scene goes further where Pansy's talking to the guards, and she's now saying, well, it's with the attitude that you have, the way that you talk to people, that makes people call this place a mafia castle. So it goes back to what Glorio has said, how the king is a mafia boss or something like that. So they're walking through the castle. You see like all their different things like they have, you know, like you see people cooking up food. You see people out in like the courtyard training, fighting. And now they've come to the entrance where the king is, and they knock on the door. Pansy tells the guards, hey, look, let them in. They're guests to come see the king. Okay, so the king comes in, he sits in his chair, and he asks Glorio, hey, look, I thought you said you were going to bring someone that beat Majin Buu. And then Glorio says, these two are the ones that did. Shin says, hey, look, that wasn't me. Goku's the one that did. You know, I'm just here. Now we see Pansy walk up to the king and say, hey, look, you know, I've seen Goku. He's really powerful. He took out the military police, and he even saved me. Okay, guys, so now as we look at this scene here, I want you guys to pay attention. If you notice that the king comes out and straight up says, hey, look, no, this Glorio fellow here told me that he could fetch someone who could defeat Gomah. And now it pans over to Shin, because Shin is awfully aware of something not being, you know, right with what Glorio is saying. And I'm curious to know, or maybe what you guys think. Do you think that Glorio is like up to something? Like he has his own motives? Because now that the king has said that he did not go out and look for Glorio to find Goku, Glorio came to him and told him that he would find the person that beat Majin Buu, or excuse me, the person that could beat Gomah, and that person was Goku because Goku defeated Majin Buu. Shin asked the king, hey, so you requested somebody to defeat Gomah. Well, the king has something against Gomah because he says that Gomah is a villain. He shouldn't be Supreme Demon King. And the whole reason behind him wanting to defeat Gomah is because if he becomes the Supreme Demon King, he'll bring peace to the demon realm. Here's something pretty weird now. I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's pretty funny. Now, here's something funny. If the king says, hey, look, Goku, if things go as planned, I'll let you marry Pansy. And then you see Pansy's face and you see Goku's face in shock, like their jaws drop. It was funny. Here's another weird thing. So I'm guessing 83 or 82, excuse me, is still a kid, because if you notice right here, she says, you know, that's supposed to be my decision, Dad. You know, you don't make that for me. And then he's like, oh, well, I didn't mean now. I meant after you grow up. So when does she grow up? She's 82. like what age is being grown in the demon realm? That's relatively interesting. Then Goku drops a bombshell on them, at least because they don't know. And Goku's like, look, I'm already married. I already got kids. But then they revealed that, hey, look, Gomah used the Dragon Balls and they shrunk down, you know, Goku and Shin. And now they're basically trying to get their friend Dende back and gather the Dragon Balls because they want to, you know, get back to the normal size. And that's when the king starts talking about nobody's been able to get the Dragon Balls because the Tamagami are guarding the Dragon Balls and that nobody could defeat them. Well, Goku says, well, it shouldn't be too hard, to gather the Dragon Balls and defeat the Tamagami. The king still doesn't believe that Goku is that strong, so he asks Goku if he could show him like some of his powers or his abilities. All right, so now they're in this courtyard and the king has gathered all of his strongest fighters, I'm guessing, and he says, hey, listen up. Goku here may be small, but he's the strongest warrior in the world. If you all fight him and win, you'll get a raise. And then you see them, they all start cheering. Then it pans over and you see Shin say, hey, look, they appear to be fairly seasoned warriors for this world. Goku's like, it'll be fine. The king says, listen up, no holding back here, but no killing, leave your weapons. And Goku's like, nah, I got this, that's fine. So all of them are like, you cocky little brat. Goku jumps into the courtyard or training grounds, whatever you want to call it. And then you see the fight start to happen. Now, Goku pretty much beats the crap out of everybody. Now they're getting ready to leave. The king has got Goku, and Glorio, Pansy, and Shin their own ship where you see all the stuff that's being loaded up onto the ship itself, or the plane, whatever you want to call it. It cuts over to the scene where we see that the king is talking to Shin, Glorio, Goku is helping out put stuff onto the plane, and Pansy's getting her stuff together because she is wanting to go with those guys. The king explains to Shin and Glorio, you can't use the same pin now with this plane. Warp Sama wouldn't be able to let you through with the same pin number anymore. So they had to create a new pin for this new plane that they're going to be flying. Shin tells the king, hey, look, in a couple days, our friends are going to be arriving. Can you help them because they don't know the pin number to be able to get to the demon realm? Okay, so the king starts to think because he tells Shin that, hey, look, I don't know what I could do. But then it hits him. He's like, hey. And then this character you see dancing around like a ballerina, pretty goofy. He says, hey, Hibis, come here. Okay, so that's when Hibis says, hey, look, we're going to need like a mid-sized plane if we're going to go and get these guys. So the king's like, hey, look, I need you guys to go and steal a mid-sized plane from this gang. I guess it's like a rival gang or something. I'm not sure. So Pansy is loading up all her stuff. She turns around and she tells her father or her dad, hey, look, I'm going with Goku. Everything's going to be okay. I have the mechanical abilities to fix the plane, so you don't have to worry. Shin stops Goku and tells Goku, hey, look, that King Kadan didn't know that we had been turned into children and that Glorio has basically misled them and hasn't told the whole truth and been forthright with them. And as they're flying, they start to notice that the plane is like now catching on fire. And it's because of course, Pansy brought so much stuff on board that the weight can't hold the capacity of all the stuff that's on there. It looks like they crash actually into the ground because of all of that weight that was put onto the plane. And that's where the episode ends. So if you guys like this video, if you could hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I appreciate you guys for watching. And as always, guys, keep training, stay legendary, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.